And we're back. It is Wednesday the 2nd.
September 2nd.
And it's like 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I think it's 4 o'clock.
Yeah. You lose all track of time. You're bouncing the camera.
Oh, sorry. Well, we were sent out of Ethan's room because he's getting an x-ray because they are starting him on a feeding tube. So this will be like his first, food. Well, milkshake. Since...
Like Ensure kind of stuff.
Yeah. And so they want to make sure... He's had a feeding tube in for a while. It just hasn't been in use. So they want to make sure that the feeding tube is actually, depositing into his stomach before they start putting it in there. And they'll start at a really slow dose to begin with, just to make sure. But I feel like that's a good sign because it means that he's coming out of his comatose sedation, enough that his bowels are actually going to be awake enough to, do bowel things that bowels do.
Have his bowels been moving yet?
Well, I don't really want to embarrass him on, his YouTube channel, but
Yeah.
You know what bowels do. So, stay tuned.
Might have an exciting episode.
Yeah, night duty will be really...
Night duty. Sorry, we teach middle school.
Anything with duty is quite humorous when you teach middle school. So that's kind of the update. They've taken him all the way off of the pentobarbital. It has a huge...
Half-life of 51 hours.
Yeah, so even though he's not receiving it as of this morning, it'll take a while to, drain that out of his system.
Yeah.
And then they'll put him on some other sort of light sedation. So they really use the pentobarb when they want to, knock someone out like for a good long time. And then they have other lighter sedation. So, he still has a lot of tubes. So, waking him up where he's like sitting up in bed talking to you, it's not really an option at this point, but waking him up enough that his bowels can, resume function. Basically, when you're that sedated, everything is slow, so asleep.
Yeah.
And so, hopefully he starts managing his numbers more on his own because his body isn't as sleepy, and he won't need, medicines to do his blood pressure and his heart rate and, breathing and all that stuff. So hopefully he'll be able to do more on his own. So that's kind of where we are with him.
So we thought we'd go ahead and take the opportunity. I shared an embarrassing story about myself the other day, and so we feel it's only fair that Stephanie share an embarrassing story about herself.
So, doing these videos, you're sitting out here talking to yourself, and, I'm sure people give us weird looks. So yesterday when I was trying to find a place to, film myself, and all like little privacy rooms here at the hospital are closed because of COVID. So it's very hard to find a quiet place where you're not too self-conscious to, talk to a camera. So I checked the one little room that some of the moms use for pumping, and that was in use. And then I thought, oh, well, maybe the stairwell might, be a quiet place where, I wouldn't be. So I went out to the stairwell, and then the door shut, and I realized, oh no.
10 floors up.
I locked myself in the stairwell.
It's a lot of stairs.
So then I didn't really know how to get back in, and so I just started walking down the flights of stairs looking for a door that would lead me back into the hospital. So anyway, on the 9th floor, I discovered that it's not actually labeled the 9th floor. It's actually labeled platform 9 3/4. So for you Harry Potter fans out there, in the stairwell of Davis Tower.
The engineer must be a Harry Potter fan.
Yeah, so and so that brings up a good point, that there are quite a few interesting things that we've noticed, that when we've begun our hospital
so
life.
we're like 10 days in, and we're figuring out these quirks, and some of the quirks we noticed right away, like when we were in the elevator, I was looking at the buttons and I said, oh, there are 14 floors, and Stephanie said, no, there's 13 floors, and I said, but there's a 14th floor. And then Stephanie pointed out, but there's no 13 button.
Yeah, so the 14th floor is the 13th floor, but apparently medicine people are very superstitious, so most hospitals don't have a 13th floor. So that we learned.
And then when we were looking at the elevator buttons, we noticed that there's no ninth floor.
Like yesterday, we noticed this yesterday.
Yeah.
When I was locked in the stairwell, I was couldn't get out on the 9th floor. So there's also no 9th floor, like
exit.
yes.
There's
so,
a 9th floor, but there's no exit
So
for
you can't get
civilians
off on the 9th floor, and so we asked about that. And the 9th floor is the maintenance floor, and the maintenance has their own maintenance elevator, so there's no get off spot with the regular elevator.
Here at the UC Davis Tower, there's also a family of peregrine falcons that they have like live cam that you can watch them hatch their fledglings, and you can see them flying around. Like we just saw one take off. I mean, they're super fast. You can also look out on the awning and see their leftover lunches.
Yep, and apparently when the helicopter people come in, they have to like wear protective helmets because the peregrine falcons are territorial, and so they'll like,
dive bomb them.
Dive at the helicopter workers. So let's see. I feel like there was something else that was on our list of things to tell.
Yeah. Well, there's always more episodes. We've got lots of time. So when we figure out what that last item is going to be,
we'll keep you posted.
Yeah.
So
we're always learning something new here at the UC Davis Children's Hospital. So
we're in good hands, and we appreciate your support. And thanks for watching and checking in with us. And we'll let you know how Ethan's milkshake goes. So if you want to really get on board with Ethan, some of you are sharing your embarrassing stories, so that's been fun. But he really likes Tic Tacs, so feel free to think of him in the checkout aisle with those orange Tic Tacs, or if you want to have a milkshake and a bathroom visit on behalf of Ethan, join the club. That's what we're doing today.
Yep. Till next time.
All right. Bye bye.